As most people, I watched Arcane in the past month and absolutely loved it. I have never been a League of Legends player, but I fell in love with the character Jinx. So if you haven't seen Arcane yet, I suggest you go and binge watch that right now and then come back to this video. Now let's take a deeper look into the mind and psyche of Jinx. As a child, Jinx was known as Powder. She and her sister, Violet or Vi, were orphaned during a battle between Piltover and Zon. I'm sorry if I mispronounce these names. A defender of Zaun, Vander, saw the two young girls and decided to adopt them and take care of them in the Undercity. Vander had adopted two boys as well, Milo and Kleger. The four younglings decided to commit a burglary into a Piltover apartment, but due to an explosion they had to run, which led to this big chase scene. From the start, the group treated Powder as an issue. She was insecure and clumsy, which made her a liability to the rest. Vi was the only one to stand up for her, until the kids planned to rescue Vander, who took responsibility for the explosion and got arrested. Vi told Powder to stay home. Powder was always put down by her brothers, so she felt the need to prove herself and find her father herself. Trying to do good, she noticed her family was in danger and she threw a bomb to try and save them. However, this killed Vander, Milo and Kleger. Of course, this broke the hearts of both Powder and Vi. Vi worked out her anger towards Powder by calling her a Jinx and leaving her. At this point, Powder found comfort in Silco, who is like the main villain of the show. So he adopted her as his daughter. Her grief never really left and it developed into a Jinx seeing and hearing Milo and Kleger as hallucinations. Jinx lost both of her biological parents, which caused a lot of grief and sadness. That and experiencing warlike battle at such a young age is like asking for mental health issues, and Jinx is obviously not spared of that. Jinx is a girl who seems to suffer from severe attachment issues. She constantly seeks validation and love. Her relationship with Violet is so important because Vi seems to be one of the only people who actually shows love. It's why Vi is Jinx's kryptonite. We see this when Vi and Jinx reunite. However, Vi is with Caitlyn, another girl, and Jinx feels very much replaced by her. It's as if Vi left her for somebody else. Jinx grew up in an adopted family that constantly mocked and ridiculed her. And even though it does make her sad and break down, she gets back up because she wants her family to love her. She wants to not only be with them, but be important to them. After their death, Jinx still hears and sees her brothers. Even in death, she still wants them to be proud of her. These attachment issues are also visible in her impulsive behavior to rescue Vander by herself. He's her father, of course she will do what it takes to get him back. One of the most obvious scenes where her need for affection is visible is right after Vi leaves her. She instantly turns to Silco, holding him so tightly. He was there for her when no one else was. He gave her what she needed, which was simply validation, which Jinx repaid by being loyal. Jinx also seems to suffer from pathological grief. Losing her entire family was very traumatic for her and it seems like she never recovered from it. Pathological grief has three main manifestations: difficulty in accepting the fact that the person passed away, or denial, feeling guilt or blaming themselves, and or hostility towards others associated with the loss. And we see all three of them in Jinx. She acts as if her brothers are still alive. She hears and sees them and she has a puppet-like doll that looks quite like Milo. She even talks to them as if they're here with her. She even continues searching for their validation. Jinx is heard talking to hallucination Milo, telling him she's not weak. It is actually Jinx's fault that her family is dead, so she is kind of to blame, but the previous point is also valid here. She still feels the need to prove herself, that she learned from her mistakes and can fight. She not only feels guilt, she also feels the need to make it right. Lastly, Jinx is hostile towards people associated with the loss. She is hostile towards Vi when they first meet again. During this scene, it is shown that Jinx has some flashbacks and remembers how Vi left her. And then she shoots her. When we see the hallucinations and Jinx's chaotic behavior, we almost instantly think about schizophrenia. And that's completely possible. It's safe to assume that she has been having these hallucinations for over 6 months, and the same can be said about her off behavior. But today I want to focus more on her emotions behind her actions, the pain and sadness she feels that probably cause her to suffer mentally. The auditory and visual hallucinations Jinx has can be part of the complicated grief she experiences. In combination with symptoms such as an intense yearning for the deceased, the inability to accept the loss, lack of trust in others, feeling angry or depressed about the death, etc., it's called persistent complex bereavement disorder. Jinx's history with separation anxiety, emotional dependency, and losing her parents at a young age only confirm that this is a possible disorder she suffers from. The people who suffer from persistent complex bereavement disorder have a hard time coping with loss, and it doesn't seem to improve over time. They continue to experience intense emotions associated with loss that affect their everyday life. One key difference with the regular grief process is how long they suffer. The people with persistent complex bereavement disorder show symptoms of grief such as depression and isolation, but for a longer period of time. This is pretty clear in Jinx since she still suffers years after the incident. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you being here, and I wish you all a very nice day. Bye bye!